This is England Golf's first Women and Girls conference. It's as part of a whole fantastic programme of events we've got here at this 2015 Golf Week. Now, through the Raising Our Game strategy and working closely with national partners and clubs, England Golf really firmly believe that what we can do together is change the game and take women and girls golf into a new era. Before we get started, I tell you what, let's just take a look at what this is all about.
Golf, the perfect way to spend time with like-minded chums and talk business. But what's the etiquette? Firstly, you'll need access to a country estate. Decorum is expected. Joviality will be frowned upon. Strict dress codes must be adhered to. Keep the ball out of the sand and away from the long grass. Celebrations should be kept modest and physical exertion should be minimized. Finally, above all, remember that golf is a game for gentlemen.
All these silly boys sending me silly tips. Follow me if you wanna feel elite. I'm a top shelf, no expensive taste. And this night it goes just like this list I made. It goes 1 for the money, 2 for the show, 3 of us girls, and 4 let's go.
This Girl Golfs, which supports the Raising Our Game strategy of England Golf, has been funded and created by sports publications, England Golf and the Scottish Golf Union. It is designed specifically to challenge and to shift perceptions and to increase participation by highlighting women who are already playing the game at every single level. So today, just to talk about This Girl Can, expand a little bit on what it's done. We've got James Watmore. I'd like you please to welcome. He's Community Sports Relationship Manager from Sports England. Please welcome him to the front. Just talk us through why it was launched.
Yeah, I mean, as you said, there's a massive gender gap in sport in England. Every age group, there's more men play sport than women, and that equates to about 2 million more men playing sport than women every week, which is a real concern to us. So, as you said, we've done a lot of insight, a lot of research into why that was. The main reason that came through was what we were calling a fear of judgment. And that's split into 3 sort of categories. The first category was, how do I look? How do I look when I'm doing sport? How do I look generally? You can see the images in that advert there, people sweating and mascara running and everything like that. So, second was, I'm not good enough. I'm really not going to be good enough to actually take part, and when I turn up, I'm just going to be nervous about that. And the third was that I should be doing something else. You know, I should be busying my time with childcare, work, whatever that might be.
It's great to be here on behalf of Sport England to support England Golf and their Women and Girls Conference and the launch of their This Girl Golfs campaign. I think it's been fantastic to see the approach that England Golf have taken to increasing female participation. We really like it at Sport England, and we want to continue to support the campaign as it moves forward.
Over the next hour, what we're going to try and do is challenge 5 key perceptions facing women and girls and their participation in golf, and looking at ways we can break those barriers down. At the end of today's conference, this session, what we're going to ask you to do is make your pledge to support women and girls golf over the next 12 months. So be thinking about that as we're talking. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about perception and reality, because there is this perception that golf takes all day to play. We know that if you're cunning about it, it can really take as little or long as you like. We saw a little bit of that in the video, and we hear this all the time, don't we? Golf takes all day to play. 18 holes, well, that's 4.5 hours, isn't it? And that doesn't fit in with my lifestyle, doesn't fit in with my family, doesn't fit in with all the other commitments I've got. But we know that you can make it fit. You can play par threes, you can play shorter courses. Now, Alex, who's a managing director of Mums in the Know, actually went to a golf taster session at the Titherington Club in Macclesfield, and we're going to hear from her about her experience. She couldn't be with us today, I'm afraid, but she did record us a short video about how her taster session went.
Hi, my name's Alex, and I had the opportunity to go and do a Get Into Golf event at the Titherington Club in Cheshire. Prior to playing on the day, my preconceptions about golf were I felt it takes quite a long time. possibly a bit of a male game, and also I guess I had a slight view that golf clubs could be a bit stuffy environments, and I couldn't see how golf would really fit into my lifestyle, being a busy mum and also working around the kids. So I went along on the day looking forward to it though, because I enjoy trying new things, and I was really pleasantly surprised. The club itself was very welcoming, and the coach on the day was really nice, and he broke the game down into very clear, easy to follow steps.
I'm going to talk to you now just a little bit about Golf Express. This is being piloted in Staffordshire. Now, what Golf Express aims to do is to encourage busy people to play the game in half the time. Justin Rose has sort of welcomed this in. What it does is it tries to recognise the pace, if you like, of modern life. So there's 9-hole formats, a series of them. Most golfers can reasonably conveniently fit into a busy schedule. So what golf clubs across Staffordshire have been doing is offering 9-hole green fees, social roll-ups and a loyalty card, so that offers like a free round as a reward. The weekly social roll-ups are open to non-members. You don't have to have a handicap. It's all been delivered as part of the England Golf's increasing membership and participation pilot. Now, what they've done as Golf Express is engaged with 23 clubs. From May to July this year, over 1,900 participants paid a 9-hole green fee, with over 700 golfers playing in the after-work role. So here's the perception. Golf is stuffy. That's perception number 2. Again, we know there's a whole variety of golfing experiences. There's traditional ones, there's social, there's recreational. You can go with the family. We all know the perception of stuffiness. What do we do to change it?
I think one of the biggest things that we can do actually is to look at one of the most obvious things, which is the dress code. If you think about it, you know, we're asking women and girls to wear clothes that they possibly would never wear in any other walk of life, just to come and play a sport.
Girls are also taking the reins and sharing their experiences. 12 members of the Essex County Girls Squad were trained as leaders and mentors, and that was to run Girls Golf Rocks. So Girls Golf Rocks, tell us a bit more about the project.
Rocks, yeah, so it's a collaborative project between Golf Foundation, England Golf, Active Essex, the County Sports Partnership, and most importantly the Ladies Association and the girls that you can see up here. So it's all about addressing the disparity between the amount of females and young boys that are playing in golf clubs, and working with some really keen coaches and facilities across the county, 2 female coaches especially, to really get a project which was focused more on the social side, friendship, not just about getting out and doing some putting and chipping, but really creating that network of girls so they want to come back and they want to play more.
Our Get Into Golf website showcases the opportunities at clubs, and we've been investing heavily in digital advertising to spread the word. Clubs which take care, and this is really important, to get content right, it's about the content, can really target the groups they'd like to attract, including women and girls, if you go out to get them. In 2015, England Golf made this significant investment in digital advertising between April and July to promote opportunities for people to get into golf, and it had results. The Get Into Golf website got nearly 700,000 hits since the start of April. So that's the awareness. The good news from this conference's point of view is that nearly half, 41% of all participants engaging with Get Into Golf sessions were women and girls. Here's the perception, and this is a very widely held one, we know, amongst women coming in, that golf is purely and simply a game for men. And we know it can be a game for absolutely everyone. We know that nationally, 13%, just 13% of all golfers are women or girls, and only 14% of the members are women or girls. Now you had a pretty substantial, by golfing standards, pretty substantial number of members, didn't you? Well over 200.
Yeah, we had 232 ladies. When I was ladies captain in 2013, I realised we only ever saw about 70 on any ladies' day. So
they were there, they just weren't playing the game?
They didn't feel confident, they didn't feel competent, they didn't feel that they were welcomed. There were many reasons why they just disappeared and were threatening to give up golf, really. First of all, I, along with my vice-captain, telephoned all of them very carefully and said, was there any reason why they weren't attending, and would they like to come to set up improver sessions for them. We had marketing people, and we used the Get Into Golf, so we ended up with posters like that, which we put into all the shops, newspapers, and into the golf club.
Women often say they're encouraged to play because of family and friends. So it is key for clubs who want to attract women in particular to be family friendly. England Golf are currently working with targeted clubs to deliver family golf days by providing guidance, by providing support and resources, which is all about how to run a family golf day. And it's all available on the England Golf Clubhouse. It was reported last summer there were 640,000, let that number sink in, there's well over 500,000 non-golfing women in the UK who were interested in taking up golf. There was another widespread perception that when people were thinking about how to exercise, they thought that golf wouldn't keep them fit. Well, as any of us who've been for around any time lately will know, golf is great for our health and well-being. We actually have proof of this. We have statistical proof. Golf can keep you active, it burns calories, it helps you stay in shape, it lowers cholesterol, it reduces the risk of heart disease, and research shows it'll even help you live longer. That's official. Playing 18 holes will burn 900 calories. It'll take you more than 10,000 steps. Now that's why there's a big thing at the moment with pedometers. And again, this is something that seems to be particularly women and girls are doing. They're wearing pedometers and monitoring the number of steps they take. And with 55% of golf club members over the age of 55, golf's actually really helping keep people active for a lot longer. Let's not forget, though, those players who are training particularly hard to achieve success. Because as we know, our squads and professional players are constantly trained to give themselves the edge on the golf course. How do you support your players, your squad players, in being the best they can?
So starting with a question around sort of how important is health and fitness for the younger players that are in the game. I think everyone who works in the sport has got a duty to sort of say, you need to be fit for life, and that's the big thing for us at England Golf, is that we're trying to equip the young players from regional under 16 straight through to national with life skills, being strong, being fit, being active.
Our fifth and final perception did come up. Golf is expensive, and we like to think that we can make golf affordable. We believe that is the reality. You're fairly new to the game, fairly recent. How expensive did you find it?
I did the Get Into Golf lessons, and it was 6 lessons for £25, which equates to just over £3 a lesson. I took the course in September as well. I didn't say that earlier, but the nights were dark, and 1.5 hours having a lot of fun outside, if you like, when it's not too cold. Just really sort of good value for money. I was just thinking it sort of worked out about £1.50 like an hour worth of fun.
Norwood Park in Nottinghamshire have done something rather interesting. Tell us about the Pink Ladies, how and why.
The Pink Ladies have been great. We decided sort of 4 years ago that we wanted more lady members, really. Friday and Saturday mornings, the ladies just turn up, have an hour's coaching, go and have a coffee, and then we're fortunate at Norwood and then we've got a par 3 course as well, so they go out on the par 3 course.
We think those are the 5 key barriers, and that's what the research tells us, and those perceptions. And we've shown you just a few examples of the way in which different clubs, different organisations, different projects have helped overcome those. England Golf has recently produced a series of women's fact sheets. These are 10 key topic areas. So this is the likes of recruitment, retention, membership, club environment, playing opportunities, all that sort of thing. Those fact sheets provide suggestions, recommendations across each of those topic areas. They're based on good practice. This is stuff that works from around the country, and also insight we've got from focus groups from women and girls. England Golf has also taken big steps to work more closely with clubs to support the women and girls strategy. Now, this is how that form's taken. In 2015, England Golf started a pilot programme. This is designed to grow women's participation and membership. We've initially engaged with 100 clubs in 13 counties, some of whom are in this room today. To tell us more about this, I'm delighted to welcome Lauren Spray, who's England Golf's Women and Girls Participation Manager. Please welcome her up. Tell us about this programme.
Okay, so it's all about implementing a progressive pathway that fits in with the lifestyles of the women we're trying to target. So we're making sure they have playing and coaching opportunities, and for going into a form of trial membership. But what's really, really important to say as well, it's not all just about playing golf, it's making sure that we've got social opportunities, that it's all about fitness as well, and about family and fitting it into some me time for these women as well. We're also making sure that we're working with the clubs to implement buddies, so helping the women that are getting recruited into these sessions and making them feel more integrated back at the club. And we're also working with the county sports partnerships to make sure that we're making connections with different target groups that we wouldn't normally get engaged with, so looking at Mums in the Know, like we heard from Alex earlier, the Chamber of Commerce and all different types of groups like that we can go in and target.
To drive success in all these areas, we do need to challenge those perceptions which we've talked about today and others. England Golf recognises and understands the need to change at all levels of the game, and this is why there's so much investment in the This Girl Golfs campaign. That's why there's so much going into it. Let's talk just a little bit more and take it back to that campaign before we finish, because I'd like to introduce you to our final guest, Tom Irwin from Sports Publications, the official media partner of England Golf, played a vital role in producing the This Girl Golfs video campaign.
So we very deliberately tried to juxtapose the traditional image of golf with what we see as the reality, which is an affordable game available to everybody, regardless of how old you are, how rich you are, or where you live. So hopefully we've achieved something along those lines.
It is over to you guys now to make a bit of a pledge. I mentioned the cards a little bit earlier on. You've got a pledge card in front of you. What we'd like you to do is, using your pledge card, and whatever capacity you're here today, if you're representing an organisation or maybe just representing yourself, we'd like you to tell us your thoughts on what you can do to grow the women and girls game. Not someone else can do, what you can go away and do, so your promise. So just to give you an idea of just some of the little things. So it's about, for example, to work effectively with England Golf and the PGA to support the development of the coaching workforce to support the growth of women and girls. This is a clever one, I like this. To target local hockey clubs to try and get retiring players to try golf. That's dead clever. You know, there are women who are doing sport out there who are having to leave their sport, netball, golf, football, because, you know, it's getting beyond them now, and to get them to try golf. Carol Lee at Shrewsbury Park continue to work with junior county golf in Oxfordshire and the Association of PE to continue supporting the foundation work to encourage girls to develop the confidence and self-esteem to enter the world of sport as part of a healthy, active lifestyle. Just a selection of some of the things you've said on your cards. I'm sure you've all got some great examples of all of that. Thank you once again, and I'm just going to leave you with a little reminder of how we started and what it's all about. But thank you very much indeed. Cheers.